the viewers that are watching, I I hit up Will and I let him know, like, let's do a podcast about the Xbox versus PS5. It's the Xbox Series X and the PlayStation 5. They're going to come out around the same time. They're always competing against each other. PS4 versus Xbox One. Truthfully, I think the PS4 did a great job. It's still good to this day. I use it for everything. Literally right now, I have YouTube in the background on my TV. Um,
Right.
and switching to games was smooth and seamless. Now, I don't have much experience with Xbox, but from what I've seen, PS5 or PS4 or PlayStation in general always had a sharper edge to the gaming. Everything seemed just a little bit more realistic, not as cartoony. And from what I was reading, I looked up a lot of specs on this, you know, little matchup they're having here with the PS5 and the Xbox Series X. Now, I'm not going to go too deep because it's way too difficult to you know explain what a teraflop is and the command units for every gigahertz out there and all that. But now, if you're looking at it in a stance of which one has the better hardware, what's it built from, like what's inside, Xbox has an edge. It's a very minimal edge, but it has an edge. They're using the same processor though. It's an AMD Rayon. I'm not sure why they're using AMDs. AMD, in my opinion, I've talked to many people. AMDs are not as robust. They don't put out the same amount of computing power as an Intel would. There's a possibility that they're just trying to keep the costs low, so they can make some money on these game consoles. Because from what I was hearing, and believe it or not, I didn't believe it when I first heard it, but PS4 and Xbox One, bro, they didn't make money on those consoles. They made money on
They
you
didn't
buying the
make money.
games. No, they made money on you buying the games.
Yeah.
Literally,
That's
if
like them.
anything, they made $2 off each console. But
Wow.
times how many consoles that they sell and how many games that they
Yeah.
sell and all their
The games
licensing.
are like, dude, and imagine how much more money they make just by downloading games. There's
Oh
not
yeah,
even any like product to put out.
yes. You sign up for their membership and all that. That's just money. And
Yeah.
in order to get to their membership, you have to have a PS4. So it's like,
Right.
you know, it's a give and take. But in this time around, they want to make money on the consoles. So the like the stuff that they put in the PS4 and the Xbox One was like way ahead of its like great stuff, good RAM, hardware, hard drive space, processors, like really expensive, intricate materials. This time around, they're just kind of scaling it back a notch, so it's cost effective, and they're using an AMD. I don't know. Some people say it's good, some people say it's bad. I just lean on the bad side of it. But
Why are people saying it's good and why are people saying
okay,
it's bad? Like what?
AMD, from if you give it a heavy load to process, it struggles. Something about their
Yeah.
algorithm and how the information is throughput, through it or input it through it, it
Mhm.
doesn't process it fast enough. It's a little behind, you know.
Okay.
Now, the reason why is because Intel has its own little, you could say, brain inside that chip where it doesn't allow too much info. It only allows a certain amount so it can process it properly. AMD just lets it flow, and you'll get the choppy, you know, screen, like any kind of huge explosions and you're running through, it kind of slows down. It's kind of almost like a slow mo. And once that fire goes out, you're running through at a regular pace, you know.
Mm.
Um, from, you know, the AMD, it is a powerful chip. It's actually very powerful for what it's going to do, where it's just playing games. You're not really, you know, it's not the memory that's going to be used is not that much.
It's not going to affect it,
It's
really.
not really going to affect it. Now, the thing is, from what I was reading, on the Xbox side, the Xbox Series One, they have a little bit more powerful. What's the best way to explain it to you? Their GPU. It's basically the engine that pushes that CPU, that processing unit, that processor, to put that information through. On the Xbox side, it's a lot faster, but the thing is, it's at a steady. Basically, the best way to, well, here with the PS5, it's a variable. What does it say right here? A variable frequency going through that chipset. So if for some reason you're playing a game and it's really just moderate, you're just walking through a little forest, nothing's really happening, it's going to run perfect, and it's not going to overclock the processor. It's not going to put pedal to the metal on that processor. But if and when that sequence of events, and it'll know ahead of time when to turn it up, it won't lag on your screen. PS5 has a variable frequency. Xbox doesn't. So you might be overclocking that processor for such a long amount of time. Let's say you're playing for an hour, hour and a half. In that second hour, maybe third hour, if it gets just a little bit too hot, you'll start seeing some, whatever residual effects.
That's on Xbox?
Xbox, yes. Okay. PS5, their processor or their GPU is not going to be as fast. It's not going to be, shoving. It's not going to be pedal to the metal at all times. It's going to have a variable frequency where it's going to be allowing the input of that information to go as needed.
For people who understand more modern cars, it's like basically having like an eco drive type car.
Yes.
Where the car knows when to push 4 cylinders, and the car knows when to push 6 cylinders and things like that, right?
Yes. Yeah. And a lot of the really techie people, I might be screwing this up by the way I'm explaining it, but a lot of the techie people, they like the PS5's variable frequency a lot better than the Xbox, and it makes sense.
Mm-hmm. It's a smarter processor.
It is. It's smarter software that pushes it through the hardware. That's the thing. You would think a company like Microsoft, where they're all about software, it's not so much hardware, that they would be able to do. But I think what they were trying to do is just beat PS5 in the numbers game. They weren't really thinking about the other side.
What matters? Yeah. Well, I'm sold on the PS5. Where do I sign up?
Well, hold on, man. I'm not done. See, like even here, look at like memory bandwidth. The best way to explain this is, you have RAM inside the computer, inside your PS4, PS5, whatever it may be. Right. Now that RAM is not memory where it gets stored and it saves when you turn off turn your PS5 off and turn it back on. All that stuff gets wiped. That's just random memory. Like it just sits there for a temporary purpose, Now, the RAM on the Xbox, you're going to be running 10 gigabytes at 560 gigabytes a second, okay? Now, that's pretty damn good. That's like super fast. But the thing is that variable motion, that variable rate of taking that RAM, putting it through the processor, showing it on the screen and coming back and going back and forth, the variable rate is going to be just that much better on the like that aspect is going to make the PS5 just that much better. Now, the other, you could say, price points on this is, okay, both of them are going to have 4K UHD Blu-ray drives, ultra high definition drives. Mm-hmm. The video cards on them are relatively the same. Now, in my experience, I know PS3, when it came out, it had the best Blu-ray player money could buy. That was literally on every website. Nobody ever questioned that. PS4, I say the same thing. I've seen a lot of Blu-ray players. They play great. It's clean. But PS4 have, for some reason, it's just it's like a better dedicated drive. Like it's just that much cleaner. You get like an old movie like Star Wars on Blu-ray. My God, man, everything is just so much cleaner. It processes it at that what is that 24 hertz. So when it duplicates to the 60 hertz that we're used to, it's so much smoother. You're not going to get that choppiness. Everything's going to be
Is
that
that a is that a PlayStation thing or is that a Sony thing?
There's a possibility it's a Sony thing.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly why they did that, but it just turned out to be so, you know.
Okay.
Now, one of the other things that people I read in the forums where people were asking about expandable memory, because you're going to have about 860 gigabytes of hard drive space where you could save games, save photos and whatnot on the PS5. You're going to have a 1 terabyte drive on the Xbox. So the Xbox is going to be just that much better as far as the hardware is concerned, you know?
And how much, I mean, how many games is that equivalent to for the 560?
Okay, God of War is about 100 gigs when you
No
download
way.
it. Yes. It's a lot of, dude, there's a lot of intricate, levels and things like that, and it's so crystal clear and clean, and especially for the PS5, bro,
Right.
you don't understand, the software is just going to get that much more, um, heavy as far as size is concerned.
There's not going to be a way to like connect an external hard drive or anything to.
You said it perfectly. Now, on the PS5, there's going to be a external hard drive that you could buy that's dedicated for only the PS5. It'll run a lot faster. It'll run a lot smoother, and the PS5 has a better,
Connection.
read write speed. Way better. It's actually like triple the amount of the Xbox Series One. Now the Xbox Series One, you could put any USB.
It's Microsoft. Yeah.
Yes, but the thing is, it's not going to be as fast.
Yeah.
You're going to take a lot longer to, when you download it onto the Xbox, it's going to have to transfer it onto that hard drive. It's going to take that much longer.
See, but the thing is, when I bought my PS5, there was an option to buy a 500 something gig or a 1 terabyte. They're not going to have that option this time around?
No. Have you seen any of the renderings or any of the pictures of what the Xbox Series One looks like?
No.
It's not flat anymore. It's not a rectangular, flat little phone book looking thing. It's actually almost like a cylinder, about yay tall.
No way.
The fan is at the top, blowing down the cool air into the whatever hard drive in the processor.
This is the Xbox.
Yes, and the PS5 is going to be almost the same. They're going into a different direction. It's not going to be that flat, old school style like we're used to. So, in a sense, you're not going to be able to get in there like you would on one of these and, take out the hard drive and put a new one in, or get an adjustable, I don't know how to explain it, like be able to get one or the other. There's going to be so much limited space in there that they're not going to have, what do they call it? You're not going to have different variations. You're not going to have different choices.
Could that be the reason that Xbox is kind of taking a hit on other parts of their software inside because of the fact that okay.
I don't think so.
What that's what I don't get is like, what would stop Sony from making that if Xbox could do it? Like if Xbox could make it 1 terabyte, what would stop Sony? And this isn't all in concrete either, right? I mean,
it's still there. Like PS5, there still has not been an official rendering and or product that they've shown off and said, here's the new PS5. No, they're just explaining.
So no one really, Yeah. No one really knows if that's gonna be the amount of memory or whatever that
No,
a
no,
PS5 has yet.
it's in stone, brother. It's in stone.
It
That's
is
in
in
stone.
stone. Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Now the
Yeah.
thing is, you got to understand, like the companies that's making that hard drive for Xbox is not necessarily going to be selling to PS5. So PS5 or Sony is going to have to um, buy from an alternate, you know, company. Like I know Microsoft is using Seagate hard drives,
Mm-hmm.
very popular
Mm-hmm.
company. Now there's
Mm-hmm.
Western Digital, which probably Sony's going to use. Maybe their price point is a little bit higher than Seagate's is. Maybe for whatever reason that may be. But the thing
Mm-hmm.
is, Sony's just really trying to separate themselves by all means from
Right.
Xbox. And in their case, you got to understand, like Sony is trying to, yes, you can download games now. Buying games, they're going to try to make that a thing of a past, like no more discs. So you're going to
Right.
only have to download. But at the same time, Sony's also pushing a different agenda where you sign up for this monthly service. It's called PlayStation Now. I'm going to sign up right now. I'm going to get on my laptop, log in, PlayStation Now, pay the whatever, $20 a month. I can play any game on Sony's platform on this laptop right now. Any of them.
On the laptop or on the
Yes.
PlayStation?
On the PlayStation or on the laptop, wherever. Now, Microsoft doesn't have that. You can download their game onto their, Xbox and
Mm-hmm.
play it, but
Mm-hmm.
it's whatever I'm not sure how to explain it. Like wherever you can't. Basically, the PlayStation Now. Maybe I didn't explain it better, but the PlayStation Now, you're not going to be downloading the game to play it.
No, it's
You're
gonna be
just
like
logging in.
Netflix.
Yes. Xbox doesn't have that. You have to download the
Yeah.
game.
Yeah.
Microsoft doesn't have it. You
Yeah.
have to
This
download the
is
game.
you pay a monthly fee and you get to play whatever game PlayStation makes at any time.
Correct.
But here's my question to you, knowing what kind of gamers we are, would you pay for that?
Only if it was super no lag. If there's no lag, I'm happy.
You'd pay the $20?
I'll pay the $20.
I don't know if I would, man.
Well, I could play NBA with you if you wanted to, and then one day we're like, hey, let's race cars. Sure, let's race cars.
Yeah. No, I get. I don't know. I don't know if my interest in all the games that PlayStation comes out with is worth the $20 a month. Does that make sense?
I hear you. You're not going to be playing it
There's
that
been
much. Is it going to be worth spend $20 a month?
Exactly. I've bought games that I never continued playing. Like I never finished them. I didn't finish God of War 3. It was cool. I got bored of it. The bottom line is when it comes down to PlayStation, I love sports games. And one game, you know what it is.
Last
of Us. That's it, bro.
Yeah.
That game is the shit. That game is genius how they made. I bought a game after that called. It was another zombie game. I forgot what it was called. Bro, it sucks, dude. It sucks so bad. But they made it like when they were advertising it, they made it seem like, okay, this is like the next cool zombie game, you know?
Yeah.
But The Last of Us, man, it's just the story's cool. The graphics are good. They even have like a sequel now. Because like in the game, you're a guy trying to like, have you seen Logan? The movie Logan?
Yeah.
Where he's like taking that girl up north. It's basically the same type of story. You're taking a girl that is the cure for zombie infections. She has it in her blood to a facility. You don't know that they're gonna kill her. And anyway, spoiler alert. So if you don't want to, anybody that's watching that wants to play that game and doesn't want to know, I'm gonna spoil it right now. You as the player, you save her life, but you die in the end. Okay. And the sequel is you're her now. You play as her.
Yeah.
I haven't got that one yet. I haven't paid for that one. I'm waiting for PS5 to come out before I buy that game. You know, because I know it's gonna come out this They're saying this year, right?
This
2020?
holiday, yeah, 2020,
Yeah.
holiday 2020.
December, right?
Yes.
Okay, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
I think they said sometime around Thanksgiving you'll start seeing advertisements. Beginning of December, you'll be able to buy it.
Yeah, because they know a
Um,
bunch of kids.
oh yeah, well that's the best time,
A
Christmas.
bunch of wives are gonna buy them for their husband.
Yeah.
So,
Now, the one of the last things that was pretty cool about the differences between the Xbox Series One and the PS5. On the Xbox Series One, or let's start with the PS5. The PS5 is going to have a new controller. I didn't really see any pictures. They had some kind of, you'd say, renderings. It's just a little bit smoother. The buttons are about the same, but the thing is, you can adjust in the console, in the settings. When you click halfway down, you can turn it to like halfway means quarter, and full means half. Sometimes you don't want to
pressure.
Yeah, pressure sensitive.
That's cool.
You can adjust it though, you know.
Yeah.
Um,
That's in the console, not in each game.
in the console,
Yeah.
yeah. So, but I think you can create profiles for every game. You know, like you can have
And just select
sports, like EA, and it'll be this, and then you can go to whatever Call of Duty.
It's like seat settings in cars and stuff. Like there's the
Exactly.
one, there's the two. Okay.
Yeah. Now on the Xbox, you're going to be able to use the old controller for the new one. The new controller is not much different at all. Not much.
Yeah.
If anything,
that's going to save you like
a little bit slimmer, but it looks almost the same, bro. It looks almost the same.
Yeah. That's going to save you $50 to $100.
Oh yeah, definite. And I think that's a good selling point right there. I mean, if I didn't have to buy new controllers all the time, like, because I have like 3 or 4 extras, some of them halfway broken, but they're sitting here just in case, I need one. It'd be nice to use it on a PS5 if I needed to, but I heard you're not going to be able to. But one of the last things to kind of like, end this little thing with the Xbox and the PS5 is this is going to be the first time that PlayStation is going to be backward compatible with all the PS4 games.
That's good.
You're going to be able to play and it up converts it.
The downloaded ones too.
Yes. It's going to up convert it for you too. So it'll bring it as close to 4K as possible because all these games are going to be played in 4K.
Xbox does that already, right? Isn't it backward compatible? It's not.
No. They do, but this new one, you're going to be able to play everything from Xbox One, like the old Xbox original, all the way to the new stuff.
After people already got rid of their games.
Basically, yes. So if you want to play Tony Hawk on that original Xbox, because you know all the moves and stuff, and it's pretty cool to play, you can play it,
I'll tell you this, judging between what you told me with each of their, like where their strengths are with each of them, I'm going to take my bias out of it, not being a PlayStation person. I wouldn't know which way to go. I think the selling point with me, if Xbox could sell me on the graphics and gameplay over PlayStation, then I'll probably reach that way. But I think the whole thing with the processor that you're telling me, and through my experiences of having PlayStations and always seeing Xbox gameplay, I don't doubt that the gameplay and the graphics are going to be better on PlayStation. Like that's just, I see that happening. It's like it's always happens. A lot of people like the graphics more on Xbox. It's just too vibrant. It's too cartoony. Like the proportions are off. Something's wrong, and to me it feels like a lag when you're playing.
Yeah, I get
you know what I mean? PlayStation's always been perfect for me. So if I go into, I'm probably not going to impulse buy this time, but if I go and check it out and play it and see the graphics, and I'll probably buy it within like three weeks, a month of it coming out, if I'm satisfied enough, because there's not going to be, unless they completely flop, that's the only thing that's gonna push me from getting an Xbox. But dude, when you're talking about 560 gigabytes and God of War is 100,
Eight
that
800
seems like a
860.
860, even
Yeah.
better. So, which is only 200, what, 120 less than a terabyte? Is that like a thousand
Yes. Yes.
gigs?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not really that much, bro. What is that? One game? It's one
Uh,
one really
one game.
large game.
Yes. Yes.
Because God of War is super freaking large, man. Like there's just so much going on in that
That's
game,
what it is.
dude.
Yes.
It turns into a movie. So that's like the top. That's like where you're gonna max out when you talk about memory.
Yeah.
I'm okay with it, man. Like
Now,
I just uh-huh.
another cool thing about it is, you know how like on the PS4, and I'm pretty sure on the Xbox One you could do the same thing. Is let's say you're watching YouTube, you're like, okay, I'm done. I want to go back and play Madden. You press that start button, you go to Madden, and then all of a sudden, boop, you're right in the middle of the game. The music's playing, and
Yeah.
it's gonna be so fast, bro. It's not even funny. They had renderings, like
Uh-huh.
we're
It's
talking
like swiping the screen.
1.2 seconds, just putting like that.
That's
And
great.
even when you turn it off, you turn off the game console, turn it back on, you're not going to be waiting there forever for the thing to load up. As soon as that Madden comes up right there, boom, the game's going to you're going to be
It's
right
gonna
there
be
in the
like
game.
it's gonna be like an Apple product, man.
Yeah.
That's how Apple is, dude. With all their products, they're seamless. It's really fast. The only time you have an issue is when you need to update it, really, but that's not even that much.
I just hope Sony doesn't, because they lagged for so long on the upgradability as far as the updates. Like for the longest time, you couldn't get like your own little flash drive with your music on it and
Mhm.
put it in and play it. It wouldn't
I
let you.
remember that. Yeah.
But then they
You
changed it.
you I remember. Yeah, that was a big quarrel you had. I
Yes.
remember. Is
Well, videos,
yeah,
because I used to have like some old boxing fights and stuff on this USB drive
yeah.
that I lost now. But I used to like to put it in the PS3, and I download it at work, and then I'd come home and eat dinner, and I'm like, oh, let me watch this fight or this movie
Yeah.
or whatever it is, and just plug it in and press play, and boom, right there on
Because that was Xbox 2 was doing that already, right? When PS2
yeah.
was out.
Well,
Yeah,
Xbox
that's
has
what it
always been more free when
computer
using it for other reasons.
mhm,
PS was just, Sony is just really narrow minded. They try to
games.
keep it in like just use it for games and use Sony to watch your movies. Don't get it elsewhere and play it on my Sony. You know what I mean?
Right,
Yeah.
right,
So I don't know.
right.
I just hope they do,
Yeah,
fix that. They don't make it as clunky as it used
yeah.
to be. If they keep it just as smooth as Xbox, you don't have to get that much better. Just keep it as smooth. Make sure the online portion of it is fast, because you got to understand, if these games are pushing out that much information, how the hell are you going to produce that playing against you or playing against this guy online and having it
Right.
seamless with no lag? I don't know how they're
Uh,
going to
j-
do.
Now, judging by everything you read, are you leaning toward more PlayStation or what's the deal?
For the only the only reason why I would stay with the PS5 is because, or with Sony, is because I know Sony. I have a Sony TV.
Brand.
I have Sony
Mm,
headphones. I have a PS4. I've had the PS3, the PS2, PS1. I never
right.
ventured into the Xbox.
Yeah.
Would I venture into this Xbox Series One? Only if they have good extras, like better extras on the side, things that you could do on that. Like I could watch cable on my Xbox Series One if I plug it in there, or
Yeah.
something along those lines. Like I could use it as a DVR, if I wanted to.
Yeah.
If so,
But right now it's kind of like it's balanced. Taking your bias out of it, it's pretty balanced.
it's pretty
Yeah, I
balanced.
don't. Yeah, there. One of them's gonna have to be a game changer from to push me one way, but just the like same as you because I've. It's all about brand loyalty at this point. Like
Yeah, yeah.
like it's just I feel like if I were to buy an Xbox on a whim, like, and I still like appreciate PlayStation, I'd be like kind of kicking myself over it.
It's
Like
like
fuck, I should have bought a
it's
PlayStation.
like Al Pacino said, "Once I thought I was out, they pulled me back
Yeah,
in."
basically, basically. It's just like when I sold this PS4 and then ended up buying another one a couple years later, man. I thought I
Yeah.
was done with playing, and I was like, man, you know what? I want to play Madden, dude. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, I think I'm still leaning toward it too. We'll see what happens in after all this crap's over. But I'm just gonna sit here and enjoy the games I got now,
I
dude.
mean,
I
bro,
I tell you,
if you really think about it, the PS4 is not a bad console, man. The clarity and the cleanliness is good, man. It's really
I got
good.
that new Spider-Man game when it came out.
Yeah.
Remember the Spider-Man game, dude? That thing's fucking badass, dude. It's so good.
I've seen what do they call it? YouTube videos of people playing it. Dude, it looks awesome. The way you're
Yeah,
jumping around in the city and
the
all that.
city and yeah, yeah. It's
It
New York, dude.
looks awesome.
But
It looks
you know,
awesome.
those are those games, man. I beat it once, and for like I'll try to play it again, and I'm just over it. You know,
Ah,
that's right with the sports games, bro. It's like
it
I
never
could keep
stops.
going.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes. I try to
yeah,
explain that to people. I'm like, you can only play Call of Duty so many times because you're just gonna end up hiding in the same spot, shooting the same
yeah,
person, coming
yeah,
out that same door because you have your little secret. Now with
yeah.
Madden, you can't do that because there's some teams you play against. They're better at stopping the run, and
Certain
you're only,
strategy. Yeah.
you really
You
have
have
to
to
use.
change your strategy,
Yeah, man.
and you have the same team. And dude, in those shoot 'em up games, dude, I'm the guy that's going like
Yes, me
this,
too.
that's
Me
shooting
too.
them.
Me too. I can do about a half hour to 45 minutes before I literally go. I got to go
Uh,
outside. Like my eyes,
uh,
I
I
can't
think
handle
I think I could shoot a real gun better than I can in the video games, dude.
it.